Hey guys, first, just want to congrat the Pats for beating Miami. It was a, it was nice to watch. But anyway, I thought I'd start this today. I thought I'd start a series where I review each game and just go over different parts of the team, different parts of the game, and just share my thoughts about it. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so I'm just going to start with the biggest conversation point, and that's Cam Newton. He looked good. He really did. He showed that he can still run the ball effectively. And I'd even been saying ever since we got him that he's essentially an older version of Lamar Jackson, and he showed that. Tony Romo and Jim Nantz even saw that. Well, they even said that the playbook yesterday looked a lot like Baltimore's playbook from last year. They ran the ball most of the time. Cam would fake handoffs and run it himself. And ultimately, he looked good. Plus, his arm looked good too. He didn't really throw it deep at all, but he didn't need to. Quick checkdowns to James White or medium length throws to Edelman or even Ryan Izzo at one point. And N'Keal Harry. Now, to be fair, we were playing Miami, so it's still up for debate how good this offense is right now. Although we are playing Seattle next week, so that should be a good test. But even though it did remind me a lot of last year's offense, efficiency-wise, only difference being we ran it a lot more than we passed versus last year where we passed way more than we ran it. The difference here is that last year Brady didn't trust anyone. He didn't trust any receiver not named Julian Edelman. Because if you remember, we probably passed the ball at least 80% of the plays. And at least half of those plays were throws to Julian Edelman. Versus yesterday, where we ran the ball just way more than we did anything else. And except the thing is, too, Cam, he trusted other receivers. He wasn't only throwing to Julian Edelman. He threw to N'Keal Harry. He even threw to Ryan Izzo. I was a little disappointed not to see Devin Asiasi get any targets, but hey, it's only week 1. But the thing is, last year's offense, it started out amazing, and then declined as the season went on, because of that lack of trust that Brady had. But this year, Cam, he can't afford to be picky, like Brady was. Alright, Cam Newton is in a situation where he's trying to prove himself. To prove that he's still Superman. So he has to put his trust in the offense he has available. So you're going to see more throws to different guys. It's not going to be all Edelman all the time. He's going to throw to N'Keal Harry, who has the potential to be the future number 1 receiver here, once Edelman is gone. He's going to throw to the tight ends, Izzo, Asiasi, and Dalton Keene. He's going to throw to James White. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to try different things. And I feel like the offense is going to get better as the season goes on. Because Romo even said himself that that he still isn't completely familiar with the playbook and just the system here. I mean, think about it. We signed him back in June. He had to wait a whole month before he could even start training with the team. And then there was no preseason. So he didn't get the opportunity to really test himself in this system against real NFL competition. But yeah, my point being, once he gets a little more familiar, you're going to see him launching the ball more often, and the offense is just going to get better, especially since we have a mobile quarterback now. I love Brady. He's still my childhood hero. I will never say anything negative about him, even though he left. But the thing is, Brady is a pocket passer. He's not very mobile. And, well, there's only so much you can do when your quarterback specializes in just throwing the ball. But Cam Newton, the offense can get way more creative, and because he can run the ball, he can throw it, he can do all sorts of things. Now about that defense, I'm just gonna say it. We still have the best secondary in the league. Try to change my mind, I dare you. However, the defensive line, linebacking core, defensive ends, that part, I'll admit, still needs some work. I mean, Josh Uche was injured, so who knows? Maybe he can help. Maybe the defense can get a little bit better on that end when he comes back. But otherwise, we're still struggling to stop the run, and especially stop mobile quarterbacks. And for some reason, Ryan Fitzpatrick becomes a mobile quarterback every time we play him. I don't understand how or why, but anyway. Yeah. But at least we were playing Miami. So we didn't need to be perfect to beat them. We just had to be a little bit better than them. Which clearly we showed we are. But I do feel like this is still a top defense, and as the season goes on, they're going to figure things out a little bit better. Plus, we missed the preseason, and even with that, the first 4 weeks are usually like extra preseason for us anyway. So I feel like the defense really will get better as the season goes on. Belichick may get some new guys in by the trade deadline. He may cut this guy or trade that guy, add some other guys in. Who knows? But I do feel like this defense, pass rush wise, stopping the run wise, will get better as the season goes on. Now about that special teams, I've got mixed feelings here. First of all, I think overall the special teams is good still. We almost blocked a field goal. I don't know how when the guy manages to get his hand on it, so much so that you can hear it making contact, that it still goes in as if nothing happened. But the fact that we almost blocked that field goal effectively just shows the special teams unit is still amazing and still gonna kick ass this year. Block a few punts, maybe block a few field goals, please. Although I am a little skeptical of Damiere Byrd as a returner after that first punt. Oh my gosh. First thing he does in the season is get ready to return a punt, and he lets the ball slip right through his arms and almost let Miami recover it at just about first and goal. That would have been first and goal for them practically. I mean, come on. You don't do that. But anyway. But still, I freaking love Jake Bailey. To me, he's one of the best punters in the league, and nothing's going to change my mind on that. And now about the kicking situation. I'm going to quote a friend of mine who I was talking to during the game. And what he said was, and I quote, "Fire Nick Foles into the sun immediately." End quote. Yeah, Nick Foles. I mean Nick Folk. Oh my gosh. Anyway, fire Nick Folk into the sun immediately. Absolutely, yes. Metaphorically speaking, anyway. Seriously, cut Nick Folk. He's terrible. Yes, he was our most accurate kicker last year, But that's because Gostkowski was averaging 1 miss a game, and then he got injured. And then Mike Nugent was just a tragedy within itself for 4 weeks. And Nick Folk stayed almost the rest of the season, only missing 1 kick, and that was a long field goal. And one of the reasons our offense wasn't effective last year was because we weren't taking field goal attempts, because we didn't have a kicker who could kick an average length field goal. And I don't know why Belichick re-signed him. I'd rather have Justin Rohrwasser, because he's a rookie. And at least when he misses, I can say, he's a rookie, he'll get better. Versus Nick Folk, who's just old as frick. I don't even know how old he is, but I know he's pretty old. And every time he misses, we know he's not going to develop. He's not going to get better. If we're gonna have a bad kicker, I'd rather have a young rookie making these mistakes, so I can at least say he'll get onto the training ground and he'll develop over the course of the season and get better, versus an old ass kicker who's way past his prime, if he even had a prime. But yeah, F Nick Folk, and F Nick Foles too, screw him. Alright, and now putting all of that into consideration, offense, defense, and special teams, I'm going to give the Pats a grade of C for this Week 1 matchup. It was far from perfect as a whole, but it showed potential. It showed that they understood the course material there. My point being, they're going to get better. They weren't great today, but they didn't have to be. They did what they needed to win. And they're just going to get better as the season goes on. Alright, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button below, and share it with everyone you know. And if you want to see more content from this channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.